Good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world.
I've been looking around for salvation. I've been looking around for the truth. All around me I see frustration, and I looked all over till I found you. I sit and listen to your stories, and you're telling me, please don't worry. Lot in this world you should know, and love in life is where you should go. If you're looking for somewhere to go, if you're looking for someone to know, if you're looking for someone to guide you, then love in life will guide you.
Koinant! Good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world, and welcome to tonight's live stream. Before introducing our lovely guests, we have a beautiful painting that is going to be auctioned tonight. Let me just put that up for you so you can have a look at it. There you go. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, the name of the painting is Free, and it's 50 centimeters by 50 centimeters or 55 centimeters by 55 centimeters with the frame included. It's an acrylic on board. The reserve is 3,000 Rand, and the money goes to Go Purple charity, joining us tonight. If you would like to donate to Go Purple, you will find their banking details in the description below this video. And the message that goes with this video is, may your heart find the courage to be free. True freedom can be found within yourself if you allow yourself to find the cage first. Now, I'm just going to put down the Facebook page for the artist, there we go, who kindly donated the painting. Okay, now, please note, this is very important, guys. For overseas bidders, the postage costs sadly can run into hundreds of dollars, which you will need to pay if you have a winning bid. Just be warned about that. There's nothing we can do about it. It's South African postal system. To place a bid, now obviously the hundreds of dollars doesn't apply if you're in South Africa. It's a heck of a lot cheaper. To place a bid starting at 3,000 Rand, simply say painting and the amount you are bidding, which must be higher than the previous bid. Okay, let's get to our guest tonight. Our guest tonight will be Annari du Plessis, who runs Go Purple, and three ladies who Annari will introduce. Anya, let me just get this painting across out of the way here. Okay, there we are. Sorry, guys. So the guests who are going to come on with Annari are Anya, Leilani, and Lindsay. Now, Go Purple offers a safe retreat for women who have faced traumatic real-life experiences, normally around gender-based violence. Unfortunately, Ian Cameron will not be able to join us tonight. He has got other commitments, and Go Purple and Afriforum are going to be meeting early next week. So that's just a final little comment. Now, without any further ado, let me get our guests on. And I'll start off with Annari. Here we go. Hi, Annari. Hi, Annari. Can you hear me? Well, we're just waiting for Annari. I'll just get the other guests on. Hi, Annari.
How are you?
Good, good, good. Thank you. I'm adding the other guests on, so we'll just get Anya, Leilani.
Okay, can you hear me, Scott?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes. Yes. I can hear you.
Yeah. Scott, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm just getting the other guests on. I won't be a second, okay?
Thank you. Ek hou van daai. Ek het 'n bietjie so toe skyn.
Okay, I'm just adding Leilani. Leilani is joining us. Perhaps you can just have a little chat while I join the other two guests. Hi, Leilani.
Hello.
Hi Leilani.
Hello.
Kara gesiggie. Jy helder sommer so op, né?
Yeah, no, listen, I was putting on my yellow, especially for you guys. And
You
just
look
to let
gorgeous.
know, I'm sitting in my bed with my tripod on my knees, okay?
It works. It works.
Knowledge,
Right.
you will never tell, no?
You'd never tell. Hi, Anya. Thank you for joining us.
Hallo. Awesome. Kan jy my hoor Leilani?
Ek kan jou duidelik hoor.
Hoor connection.
Okay, and I'm just joining Lindsay, and then we're all set to go. Once Lindsay's here, and I just want to say, so nice to see you ladies, Anya, Leilani, and now we have Lindsay on as well. Hi, Lindsay.
Yes,
How are you?
Good, thank you. Great, thank you.
Yay!
Now,
Yay!
what I'm going to do, because you are very small little icons on Skype, is I'm going to go to speaker view. So whenever you talk, you will take over the screen. And I'm going to hand over to Annari to introduce us to our guest tonight and give us a bit of background. Here you go, Annari. Over to you.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Well, on the screen you have Leilani Kieter, the lady in the yellow, and I met her last year when she started. Well, she actually got me to walk, and I've walked. I don't think I've ever walked so much in my whole life. For a lady, women who inspired me so
Sorry about the bandwidth, guys.
much. She's like that sunflower.
Annari, what I'm going to suggest, and are you there, Annari?
So Leilani
Okay, yeah, carry.
was brutally raped when she was only 18.
Hoorie so Annari, mens kan jou glad nie hoor nie. Ek weet nie of hy vir jou probeer iets sê nie.
Okay, Annari, let's ask Leilani to just.
And can you still
Yeah, your
hear me, Scott?
yeah your reception is not good. Your internet connection is not great, but we'll be fine. I'm going to ask Leilani to. Yeah, I'm going to ask Leilani just to introduce herself and tell us a bit about herself and what you were saying just a moment ago. Leilani, are you ready to go?
I was born ready.
Scott, can you still hear?
Yes, Annari, I can hear you. But we got Leilani talking now.
That's all. They talked with. Still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so
Daar's Leilani.
can I start talking?
Yeah, Leilani, if you just want to start talking now.
Jy daar? Ek weet nie.
Okay, so yes, I'm Leilani Kieter.
Okay,
and,
Scott, are
I
you
was-
there? Yes.
Annari? Okay. Annari, just keep talking and then introduce Leilani, who will talk. Okay, I think we got a problem with Annari's connection. Leilani, go ahead and talk, please. Let's get this.
Scott, I can.
Okay, Annari. Annari.
Money still, but I can't hear. Yes, Scott.
Okay, Leilani will talk now.
Yes, Scott.
Leilani will talk now.
Yes, I know.
Okay, Leilani, over to you.
Hi everyone, my name is Leilani Kieter. I am 46 today. I was brutally raped and left for dead on the 16th of September in 1992 in Pretoria. Pretoria is the capital of South Africa. I was very young. I studied in a youth hostel. It happened on the 16th. I took leave on that day, and I'm not going to go into all the details, but this man, I think he must have followed me. And in those days, in 1992, security wasn't such a big thing in South Africa. And also because a lot of young people stayed there, so security wasn't top of the list. So this guy, he called himself Frankie. He introduced himself to me as Frankie. I don't know him at all. And yeah, he accessed my room. He strangled me. He raped me very, very brutally. And at one stage, I was awake, and I'm quite a feisty person. I was actually trying to fight him. And one thing about a rapist is they do not like it when they see they don't have control. And then he strangled me even more. And I always say, luckily, I wasn't awake while he was raping me, so I don't have that picture in my mind of this very unattractive man having sex with me.
Oh,
so,
awful.
But what I don't like about this bastard is that he had the audacity, while I was lying there busy dying, he even took a belt from my cupboard and strangled me more to make sure I am not alive. And while I was lying there, he stole everything from my room. It was like he was doing shopping. But I don't think he was a very intelligent man, because he left his yellow t-shirt on the floor. And there is DNA and everything all over the place. But needless to say, I did wake up and I've made a decision, Scott. I want to live. I had a choice. So, yes, it was a very long journey. It took me many years to get over it. And people always ask me, what was the most difficult thing for me? It wasn't the rape. It was more for me the fact that this man wanted to take my life at only 18 years old. I'm starting with my life. I've been looking after myself financially since the age of 15. So it's not that I had it easy always. And now this is also happening to me. So for me, that's been the one thing that I've struggled with a lot. That somebody wanted to take my life for not being a daughter for my parents, for not being sister for my sister, things like that. But I look back at it today, last year, I've decided it's been 27 years. I went back to the youth hostel for the first time in 27 years. And I went to my room where it happened. Now, that was quite an emotional day for me, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
But it was a very good decision, because that's when my closure started. And I drove back from the youth hostel crying a lot, and I've decided I'm going to walk 27 k's per day for 27 days. Trust me, it's far, okay? It's 729 k's. I've walked in 4 provinces in South Africa. The media supported me. I had so many phone calls from ladies and men who's been sharing their stories for the first time because me talking. And if I can just keep on doing that, giving people a voice, giving them the courage to tell their stories, to not live with this pain, and to just know they are not alone,
right?
Then that's my dream. And that is why I started Yellow for Survivors. The reason why I'm wearing yellow, because the guy, Frankie, he had yellow on, and I celebrate yellow. because it's a beautiful color and it's my way of taking ownership of my life. And that is where the Yellow for Survivors comes in.
You're a very, very brave lady, I have to tell you. Now, Annari, you're back with us. Can you hear us now? Annari?
Yeah.
Can you hear us now?
Scott, yes, I don't think they can talk because I don't think the mobile services is really good here at the trauma center because we're having the interview not from my home but from the trauma center. So yes, let them talk. I think it's okay if you speak to them, hey?
Yeah, well, I can hear you much better now. In this room, it's a lot better than it was in the other room.
Okay.
Now, do you want to introduce the next guest?
Yeah, I think I will start with Anya because Anya I met, she was in her house, she was overpowered by two men. They were out on parole and they attacked her, strangled her, hit her in the face, while they raped her. And I saw Anya in the papers the first time with her red t-shirt. Anya, I will never forget that moment when I saw the hurt on your face and I read the story, and then I made a decision actually to call you and make contact because I just felt that I needed to hold you. And then I did call you and I did meet you, and you are such an inspiration because I remember they left you. I think the thing that shocked me the worst when I read your story again over the week is the fact that after they raped you, they forced you to go and wash yourself and then they raped you again.
Oh.
And for me, horrifying because they left you there, they took your personal belongings, they took your car, and you then made a decision for your two children to not be part of the stats. And for that, you know what, every time I see you, you are so precious. It didn't make you, what happened to you didn't break you and make you a violent woman, a racist woman, a woman. You, all the time I've met you, you are so soft, you are so beautiful, you are an awesome friend, you are an awesome mother, and you have inspired me because I was always afraid of being raped in more than one person, and then over the color thing, you know, I was thinking, how would that be? How can I live with something like that, right? Bad in itself. And you just inspired so many women to say, even though you are strangled, raped more than once, left to die, you can still make that choice. And yes, this is Anya Lessing. She's there in the peace state, like me, a cheetah. So, Anya, so yes, tell me, you are inspiration to us over the past 7-8 years that we've learned to know you.
Okay, guys, before Anya comes on, can you please just make sure your microphones are turned off if you're not actually speaking, because we've got quite a few people here and then you get a bit of interference if you've got your microphones on. So if you're not speaking, if you can make sure your microphone's turned off. Okay, Anya, over to you.
Hi Scott. Anya's microphone or mine?
Carry on, Anya.
Okay. Yes. As Annari said, I live in a small Free-State town, Brandford. It's a few kilometers from Bloemfontein in the Free State. And on that night,
hang on. Sorry, Anya. Could you hold a second? Someone's got background noise. Can you please make sure your mic's off? I see that the mic's on Annari's and on Lindsay's. Because I can actually see the sound coming through. Otherwise, it's very hard to hear what Anya's saying. Just try and turn off the mic if you can. Okay, that's better. I think you've got your mics off now. Okay, back to you, Anya. Could you start again, please?
yes. As Annari said, I was that night. It was a Friday night. Actually, more in the Saturday morning. of 17 November 2012. I was luckily home alone. My children wasn't with me at that stage. And I was laying in bed and I heard this awful noise. But I live very close to a highway, and I thought that actually it was an accident. But little did I know there was two men in my home.
Oh no.
And the sound that I heard was them breaking away the burglar bars. And before I actually knew what was happening, it was really like in a movie. They were in my bedroom, and they attacked me. And for that moment, it is really, you cannot believe what is happening to you. Um, um, and yeah, I was raped that night numerous times. And as Henri said, after the one raped me, he ordered me to wash myself in the bathroom. And thereafter, he would rape me again. And then while the one was raping me, the other one was ransacking my home, taking whatever they could find. And then, they left me in the bathroom, where they tied me up with, luckily, the first time they tied me up with clothes, and the second time they tied me up with, the tape they used to close boxes.
Yeah.
And that was actually like a relief for me, because I felt that I could get that tape easier loose than I would have with the clothing.
Right.
I can just add, when they first attacked me, there's a small space between my bed and the in the bedroom, and I was at that stage. I was this wild screaming woman, and then I just closed my eyes for a moment and I prayed to God. And the next moment there was this amazing feeling inside of me, and it was like I just knew that I could not die, and I could not let my children find me like this. And that is when I actually started to know I must fight. And then afterwards, when they finally got what they wanted, they stole my car and then they left. And then I was held captive. It was an hour and a half, I think. And then when I finally got then I would seek some help. And then luckily, because of getting to the police station in time and everything, the police investigate immediately, and then they were apprehended the same day. I was just returning from the hospital, and then one of the policemen that escorted me to the hospital said that the two people were arrested the same day. So that was awesome for me. I can just add, after the rape, I wasn't in a financial position to just sell my house and move to another home. So I'm still living in the same house. I'm actually now sitting in the same room where everything happened. And if you had 8 years ago that I would do this, then I would say there was no way. But yes, I just decided that I will not, when I returned from the hospital, I decided that I am not going to be case number 73 of 11 of 2012. I'm Anya Lessing and I'm taking back my life. So I'm still living in the same house with my two children, and it wasn't an easy journey, but it's almost 8 years later. And there is still days that is not so good, but there are few. And there are many happy days. And I just want to, when someone look at me, I don't want them to pity me and say, shame, she's a rape victim. I want them to look at me and think, I can go through something like this, and there is hope for a better life still. You can still have fun, you can still laugh, you can still look at yourself and think, I'm beautiful. And that is what I want, especially women, to learn from my story.
Well, I just have to say that you are beautiful inside and out, and I think you're incredibly brave. Incredibly brave. Now, okay, Annari, back to you.
Yes,
Would you like to introduce the third guest? I think it's Lindsay, isn't it?
yes, it's definitely Lindsay. And yeah, Lindsay, I met. She was far pregnant. The same story. I read the papers that morning, and I wish I had the book here with me. But I saw in the papers this beautiful woman with a big scar on her face, and then I saw the pictures of her after she was at that pictures was also in the media, and then I read the story. The guy also broke into a house and he raped her, and he also attacked a garden fork. And then he stabbed her in the face with the garden fork.
Oh, no.
He took, it was horrible, but she will tell now. And then her little boy saw everything, and she will tell you what happened, that it's very traumatic for me. Then he left with her. He left the little boy at home, and he left with the little boy's mum, with Lindsay. And then he dropped her off. That night, she died 4 times in the theater at hospital. I found her, and she died almost died. I visitated her 4 times. And yeah, Lindsay is here tonight to tell a story. And yeah, I'm emotional on all these women because they are inspiring us.
Absolutely.
You know, who has been through a brutal rape. We live to tell the story. There's so much hope. As we said, Scott, there are so many women out there who are brutally killed in South Africa and around the world, and who cannot sit here tonight and tell us the greatness of God recovering through a brutal rape. But over to Lindsay. I hope she's here.
Before we go to Lindsay, could I ask you, Annari, to turn off your microphone on your mobile phone, because it is putting interference into the discussion?
Which mobile phone? I'm using the data on that phone, so I hope, is that a problem?
It just makes a bit of a noise, and it sort of comes. You can actually see a little white bar around your picture when it happens. If you are able to just turn down your mic, that'd be fantastic. Okay, now over to you, Lindsay.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks, Lindsay. Lovely to meet you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Nice to meet you too. And I just want to say thank you to Annari, because if it wasn't for her, I think none of us would have actually gone as far as we've gone. It's a pleasure to be with you. I was actually asleep the night when it happened 10 years ago. I was moving out of my house to a new house, and there was nothing left in the house. My son was sleeping to me in a bed next door, or in the same room, and the next moment I just saw this guy in my room with a garden fork.
Oh, no.
Telling me he wants money, demanding he wants money. And my poor son actually said, Wim, that is like the Afrikaans for, what you say in English, it's like, sir, Wim, I've got $40 in my wallet for you. Please leave us alone. And it was terrible. He was small. He was in grade 1, which is, I think, 6 or 7 years here in South Africa. And then he just started attacking me, and I lured him into the kitchen and told him that there's money in the kitchen. And when he saw I lied, he just started stabbing me the whole time. And I was just praying, please, God, leave my child out of this. I don't want him to get hurt. And he opened the door to the swimming pool, and there he raped me. And then while he was raping me, I actually just said to myself, you know, he can do whatever he can with my body, but with my soul, he can't break me. And I just said, let me take you to a bank. I can draw money. And then we left. And as we went down the road, I saw he's not going to a bank. He's going to kill me now. And I had to jump. I jumped out of the car and I just started running. And I ran and I ran and I ran. And I saw people lights and I started screaming. And then, thank God, the person who found me was a nurse at a hospital, and she started working on my wounds and everything.
Oh, no.
But yeah,
Oh,
today I just say, and I say thank you, and I try my best to help everyone in the best ability I can. The thing that I stand for is that in South Africa, medical aid doesn't pay for your ARVs at all.
Yeah.
If you're not HIV positive, you have to pay for yourself, and that's another thing that I need to fight for. We have to fight for people to get their ARVs in time, because the guy who raped me is HIV positive, and luckily I'm not.
wow. So they caught the guy, did they?
Yes, they did, with help of our DA and a lot of other people in the police force. After a long search, a wonderful policewoman got him, and they connected him to another 4 outstanding rapes, and he's in life. He's in for life.
Good.
And at first I thought to myself, Andre told me one thing. She said, Lindsay, maybe we should go and visit him one day and give him a Bible. And at that stage I was very angry with her. But after 10 years now, after I can actually forgive, and that's the biggest part, you have to forgive, then
Right.
you can go on.
Right. I'd like to ask the ladies who've gone through this predicament, what race was your attacker? Starting with you, Lindsay. What race was the person who attacked you? We seem to have lost Lindsay. Can you hear me, Lindsay? Lindsay, can you hear me? Well, maybe I can ask you, Annari. Can you hear me?
Yes, Scott. I
Okay, guys, I'm sorry about the reception.
her attacker was a black guy.
Sorry, what's that? Lindsay was a black guy, was it?
Yes.
Okay. And,
Yes.
and what about Anya and Leilani?
Anya was two attackers, 2 African guys. Leilani, you can speak.
Yeah, so the guy who raped me was white. And I get that question a lot because in 1992, we were in apartheid years.
Yeah.
So people were actually very surprised when they heard it was a white guy. They're very, very surprised. And I feel that's actually a topic I also talk a lot about. I talk about 2 things a lot, is we must never, ever, ever compare our rapes with each other, because it's not supposed to happen to you. Never.
Exactly.
And then I get the question also about the race, and I don't mind that question, but like I said, people are always very surprised when they hear it was a white guy. Always, they're like, really?
Yeah.
Yes. So, and I just want to add something, if you don't mind, Scott. So, in my case, they never caught the guy because the policeman, white policeman, just said in Afrikaans, and I'll tell you now in English what it means. He said, yeah, this is 61 hierdie week. So meaning, he said, oh, well, it's a 6-1 this week. He was very nonchalant about it. They never caught him. I don't think even they worked on the case a long time. And it's actually sad to me because I gave such a good description of everything that happened. He stole my stuff. His T-shirt was there. His semen was on the bed. There was blood. I mean, what more do you need to catch a guy?
Yeah, exactly.
So they literally had everything. And I've been thinking about to open the case again, but I'm in such a good space in my life. And I think if I ever do see him, I want to just ask him one thing, because I'm not angry. It's like, I think it was Anya who said it, or Lindsay, I can't remember. The moment you start forgiving, everything changed for you. And I forgave this guy a long time ago, okay? But even more to that, I just want to ask him, What happened in your childhood that made you a monster like this?
Yeah.
That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
Because I want to understand this thinking process. That's all. And maybe I'll even give him a hug. And I'll say, good luck with you. But I'm not angry. My life is good today. Yes, I also get sometimes very sad days. And like today, we've done the rest of my documentary. And I was very emotional about it because, you know, you share things very personal that you don't always share to everyone. But I've decided to put myself out there, not just to share the basic, to really share what happened in the room, which I never could talk about for 27 years. Not a lot of people know what happened in the room, the things he made me do. In fact, I'm still uncomfortable to talk about it. But I'm glad I've got peace in my heart. I'm glad I am here to tell my story. There's a reason why God saved me. I'm here to tell the story and to help other people.
Right. Now, all three of you ladies have just expressed absolute admiration for Annari and her Go Purple Foundation. She's a remarkable woman. Now, we're selling a painting tonight, which is called Free. And I'm not sure if we got a bid on it yet, but guys, look, the winning bidder will be paying the money directly to the Go Purple Foundation, which will support the work that Annari is doing. So please, if you've got some spare cash lying around and would like a lovely painting, it's a beautiful painting, please put your bids in the side chat. Just say painting and the amount of money you're willing to bid. And as I say, that money goes directly to Go Purple, which is a fantastic cause. Now, talking about Go Purple, Annari, would you like to tell us some of the work that you do as a charity? Annari? There we are.
Yeah, Annari, jy het jou speaker afsit.
Well, Scott, first of all, I want to say...
Maar wat is speaker? Waar is die speaker?
No, you're good. We can hear you.
Okay. So we've got wonderful expectations. Scott, you know a little bit about it. We will speak to you in future about it. But yes, we have showed on Facebook the wonderful trauma center. Leilani were involved in a walking spree where we could actually, I wish people could go onto Facebook and say, but this would be the first 24/7, we dream about a place where we can take the statements of survivors so that they don't have to be forced to speak in English. If I'm an Afrikaans speaking woman and I was raped, I am really dreaming about that day that every survivor can do a statement in their own language. I hope you still can hear me, Scott.
Yeah, we can, yeah.
Okay, and that we can take care of them whilst, you know, when you were attacked like Lindsay and Anya in your home, Leilani, that you could come here and that you could be taken care of whilst you wait for all this stuff to be done. We dream about a facility here where the rape kits can be done, where the doctors can do the medical examinations, and where it can be a one-stop service for that victim that doesn't have to go to different places actually to be helped. You know, when the case has to be opened, the statements, the procedures in doing medicals and all those stuff, we dream for many years about that one-stop service. And I believe that it's time now for us in South Africa to actually take care, especially, and this, Leilani, I want to say based on what you said, our previous Minister of Police, Mr. Fikile Mbalula, in Durban, was saying to me when I stood up in between 2,000 delegates, he said to me that white people are not being raped. Women are white people. We don't have rape cases as white people. And I said to him, Mr. Mbalula, you live in dream worlds, because white children are raped daily by adult people. We need more Afrikaans-speaking people in the South African police force or service in order to work with Afrikaans-speaking victims, because when you are an Afrikaans-speaking person in South Africa and you were raped, you are forced to do your statement in English.
That's
you
crazy.
are forced. It's crazy, Scott. And we hope by this time next year, we will be celebrating a lot of change when it comes to us at the Go Purple Foundation to put out a place where Afrikaans-speaking women can come. Children who have been raped and sexually abused could come. We have office here, which we will have the best of everything for the police to come and sit and just do their job with the best printers, with the best staff here, and we will serve them coffee, because we understand that many of these police officials are working under very difficult circumstances when they have to actually help our victims. So yeah, we have wonderful dreams. We've been supporting survivors for the past 8 years, all of these women that you are going to talk to still next week. And we're very much excited to see the positive things coming from all of this. So yeah, we're looking forward to serve a victim in her own language, in the best possible way, and to take care of them in their darkest hour of their lives. This is our dream for the Trauma Center for the many years to come.
Right. Now, I just want to address the people watching. Guys, please remember to put your questions in the side chat, and I will certainly, you can address them to any one of the ladies, and I'll just ask the question. Now, getting back to your situation, you told me that incredible story about how that church that you saw, that building that you saw, that you decided was going to be the building where you would set up your retreat and your basically head office for Go Purple. Tell that story, share that story about how God came and just interceded for you.
Well, Scott, this church stood here with a for sale board on it, and I thought 11 years ago, my goodness, can a church be for sale? I mean, how much will it cost? And we made a turnaround and we drove through the gates and we just said, you know, the church are for sale. Is it true? Yes, it's for sale. And we said, how much? And they said 2.3 million. And I said, wow, that's a lot of money. But the next day or the day after that, we pitched a tent here because we agreed with the sellers that we will ask 3.
Sorry guys, we just got a network issue at the moment. Annari, can you hear me? Your mic is showing as off again. Okay, while we're waiting for Annari to come back, I'm just addressing the 3 guests who are watching. Would one of you like to just put the mic on and share something with us while we're waiting for Annari to get back? Oh, hang on, I think she's... I heard a squeak. It's trying. Here we go. You gotta love the internet, haven't you? Anya, how about you tell us something? Oh, here we go. She's back. Now, Annari, can you hear me? You got everybody in hysterics here. called a slow motion video live stream.
He contributed 1,000 rand.
Okay, Annari.
1,000 rand.
Annari, can you hear me?
Scott, I can
Okay.
hear.
When you see everybody's laughing because you've been in slow motion for the last 2 minutes.
Yes.
Can you go back to that?
You.
Yeah. Can you go back to that point where you put a tent up in the church? Can you go back to that point where you put a tent up in the church? Tell us what happened then.
Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. Yes.
Can you hear?
Yes. Now we can hear you perfectly.
Okay, we put up the tent and we prayed. And on the 21st day, after a week where somebody wanted to donate 3 million rand, he asked me a lot of questions and he sent 3 men here from a little town called Secunda. And on the 21st day, I got a call from Craig Church in Secunda. And they said they're going to give me the 3 million rand. So 11 years back, we secured this old empty church. And since then, we have been serving the community. And we have been supporting rape survivors since 2011. So, yeah, he provided in a huge way.
Now, let's face it, that's God's work, inspiring people.
Amen.
Yeah, that's God's work.
Amen.
And
Scott, I just want to say, since that moment, we never got any subsidy from government whatsoever. For 11 years, my God kept the doors open of this old church by providing in ways that I cannot describe. So yeah, he's an awesome God, and this is his place. And all of these ladies, except Leilani, and she was so excited to come here this weekend. But all of the other ladies have spent every year at the old church, and we've been running on treadmills, and we've been crying together, and we've been laughing together. We climbed walls, and it was an amazing journey with these ladies. So yes, this is God's place, and this is where he's doing the restoration in the lives of women and men and boys and girls who has been hurt.
fantastic. Now, you've got a meeting scheduled next week with Ian Cameron of Afriforum, haven't you?
Oh, I'm so excited. Yes, I made that call, and Ian was so excited to actually connect us with Isel and Magda. And we were supposed to meet this morning, but there's a trial on where the suspects who murdered people had to be sentenced, and there was a hiccup, so we didn't meet this morning, but we are very much looking forward next week to meet with Afriforum, because we need some help and they need some help. And I still believe, like Sia Kolisi of the Springbok Sets, who won the World Cup this year, together we are stronger, and nobody can prevent us from helping each other and to bring change in our beautiful country.
Fantastic. And I think Marlena had a role to play in that connection with Ian, didn't he? Didn't she?
You guys did a huge role. Marlena played a huge role, and you, Scott. So yes, we are thankful for that.
Well, it's all about networking, and that's what we love to do. I mean, we've networked a whole lot of people, and
Yes.
I think that's a way that we've got to go forward. Eendracht maakt macht. Nee. Okay, now I see Leilani with a
Mooi so skat.
Now,
Okay.
apart from having this retreat, you've also do a lot of food parcels for people and stuff like that, don't you?
Yeah, Scott, you know what the food parcels was? I think when I had to stay at home all the time, I would have been dead by now, because I cannot sit still. And at the trauma center, when lockdown started in South Africa, there was a lot of people who started WhatsApping me and say, you know, can you help us with food? And that is how we immediately applied for essential services to do that. And then, yeah, God was just good. I mean, there was one instance where I asked for money so that we could feed 300 families. And Scott, within 24 hours, more than 130,000 rand was paid into our bank accounts. And we only asked
Wow.
for 75,000. You know?
You only asked for 75, but you got 130,000. I like that. Okay, I'm going to go around the room. I'm going to go around the room, starting with you, Leilani. How inspirational is Annari?
I'm so glad I've met Annari, because I've met her. I actually still can't remember how. I think I saw a picture, or she saw something about me, and then we just started chatting. And because both of us are chatterboxes, okay, we chat lekker. We can really talk a lot, okay? And our sense of humor is the same as well. And I just fell in love with her since day one. And I'm going to tell you why, because she's a very honest person. And I could feel from day one, I can trust her.
Yeah.
I'm safe with her. She really took a lot of interest in my walk. Like she also said, she has never walked so much in her life. Yeah, you know that she did a 27 Ks with me on the 1st of September last year. She did a 50 Ks with me earlier this year. And yeah, so I'm very proud of her. And I love you, Annari, and don't ever stop with the work you do. You inspire me, and I'm so glad that our roads have crossed. You are doing amazing work. Don't ever stop with it. I know it's not always easy, especially on your family, and don't forget about them. Don't forget to put yourself first. But God has put you on this earth to keep on making a difference. I love you, and thank you for everything.
Oh,
I love
lovely.
you too.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now, Anya, would you like to give a message to Annari? Oh, Annari, I'm sorry. Let's hear from you, Anya.
Yes, Scott. I think I met Annari in 2013, if I'm correct. And from the first time I met her as well, there was just this immediate connection. And what I most appreciated was that she brought me together with other women that went through the same thing as I did. And when every time you go there, it's just, you can just be yourself. It's okay to if you want to cry, you can cry. And I always call it in Afrikaans my hartsmense. And that is what Annari is for me. She's a hartsmens for me. And she's a very special person to me. And she always talks about she's the one looking up to us. But I think in reality, we are the ones looking up to her. And she's been there for us for many years. And we really love her and appreciate her. And I hope she knows that.
Well, I think Annari's in tears at the moment. But look, I can see that what you love about being around Annari is it's a very safe place, and that's lovely because you really deserve to have that sort of feeling of safety in your lives after what you've gone through. Now, Lindsay, would you like to add any comments about Annari?
Annari is like, when I first met her, it's like, you're a policewoman? What? I couldn't believe it, the policewoman. And I fell in love with the fact that she actually went out of her way to help the little boy, which is her little boy now. And I just decided I want to be this woman one day. And I look so up to her. She's one of the most inspiring women I've ever met. I don't know if you can see my little bambino.
I can. You've been attacked.
Yeah, I've been attacked. That's actually the one she met while I was pregnant. And she also made us realize that you can be a woman again after you've been raped. You can still get a man and get love.
Yeah.
She is.
What's your son's name?
Theo,
Hello, Theo.
say hello.
Hoe gaan dit?
Ja, no.
He's a bit shy, is he?
Yeah, now she's shy. But yes, I look up to her. She rock.
She is
she's
a
my
rock.
my. Yeah, she's a rock. She's my rock.
Yeah.
Thank you, Annari.
Fantastic.
You know what, all three of you, I see you on my screen, and yes, I am very emotional.
Gotta love the internet. We're going to have one of those little quiet moments again. You know, it's amazing that the internet picks this moment in time where Annari is speaking.
But I also must say, for a Friday evening, I'm enjoying this comedy show.
Yeah. Well, at least last time she was working in slow motion. This time
Because
she's
it makes
just
me
stuck.
laugh. And you know, as much as life is serious, and we're obviously talking about a very serious thing,
Yeah.
I think it's good that we laugh as well, because there's a light side to everything.
I think Annari's coming back. Hi, Annari. Are you back with us? Okay, while that's happening, guys, please remember there's this painting. Let's get some bids on this painting. I'm not sure what I think I saw 3,000 rand as the opening bid now for the painting. Come on, let's get this money in for Go Purple. Right, Annari, are you back? Oh, wow. Okay, can you hear me, Annari? Annari, can you hear me? Oh, you're there. Hi, Annari, can you hear me? You're all going to have a good laugh about this when you watch this later. It'll be up there on the live stream. Now, Annari, can you hear me? I can see you coming back again. Annari, can you hear me? I have an announcement to make. Can you hear me, Annari?
Can you hear me, Scott?
I can. Can you hear me?
I don't know. I can hear you. Yes,
Okay.
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. All right. Look, I've got some very exciting news for you. We have this beautiful painting, and you'll see it when you actually watch this video later. And Lise Smith, the artist, is here, and she has decided that she would like to donate the painting to Annari's Trauma Center to inspire victims to enjoy freedom. And I don't know if you've seen the painting, but it's absolutely stunning. It's a young lady who's looking up at the sky. It's like one of those, you know, in touch with God moments. And there are 3 doves flying over her, and it's just absolutely stunning. You're going to love it. Thank you so much, Lise Smith. That's wonderfully generous of you. Okay, so you've got to find a nice spot to put this painting, Annari, and I'm sure that the ladies who are with you here tonight will be able to help you find the perfect spot for that.
Definitely. Can you hear me now, Scott?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh, praise God for that. I'm sitting on my knees on the floor now, and hopefully to see you guys can hear me. So yes.
Well, I have to tell you, the last 2 times we crossed to you, the time before this, and it's happening again now, you were in slow motion. It was like we couldn't really hear what you were saying, but you imagine slowing a movie down by about 10 times. So everybody here was having a good chuckle. And then this last time, you just froze completely.
I'm glad I can give everyone a good chuckle, Scott. I'm so glad for that.
Annari, jy het so gelyk.
That's exactly right.
I just want to say thank you. I think I heard Lisa for that beautiful painting.
Yes.
I can almost see it in my spirit when you described it. So thank you so much, Lisa, for that painting. And it will have a special place in this beautiful place of the Father. You know, we will show you where it hangs when we get it.
Fantastic. You can perhaps send me a couple of photos with the ladies there as well, and we can, you know, put that up on a video as a follow-up. Fantastic. All right, now...
So that sounds like a deal. I can't wait to come and sleep in my bed.
Your bed is waiting, Annari, your bed is waiting.
Now, are there any questions anyone would like to ask any of the ladies? Now's the chance. We've been going for about an hour, and just if anyone has any questions, please put them into the side chat. Okay, I'm just going through the comments here, Annari. Okay.
Scott, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Scott?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I just wanted to say, I think one of the most important things that I want to say that we believe in at the Trauma Center is that whether we see justice or not, that should not influence our healing, because, you know, Leilani didn't see any justice in her rape. But look at her, you know, she's actually a big dose of hope. And even though Lindsay and Anya saw justice, we're happy for that. But in South Africa, in this coming years, we would like to focus on the healing part, because, you know, so many survivors are stuck in that moment where the guilt and the shame actually, you know, steal everything from them. So part of the message is that we are publicly voices and faces for hope, healing, and victory. And even though you don't see justice, it's okay, because one day there will be justice on this person's rape or whatever he did to you. So we focus on the healing, and that plays a huge part here at the Trauma Center, is to work on your healing and not just give up and die because somebody violated you. And that is a very important message from us.
Right. Well, I want to tell you the message that actually goes with the painting that you're going to be putting up. And you'll see why this is just so incredibly relevant. And this is Lisa who's got this statement. And perhaps you can put the statement underneath the actual painting when you put it up. And it says, "May your heart find the courage to be free. True freedom can be found within yourself if you allow yourself to find the cage first. May we take a look inside in this time of lockdown and find the keys we need to fly." Isn't that a beautiful statement?
Wow, that's awesome.
That is absolutely stunning. I really love that, Scott. I just want to say something. Annari, you just said a very, very true thing, okay? My justice is my good life I've created for myself.
Amen.
That's my justice.
Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just in turn ask all the ladies to just have a closing comment or a thought or something that's on their mind that they'd like to share with everybody who watches this video now or later. Now, you're all inspirational. I mean, your journeys have been absolutely extraordinary when you consider what you've been through. Is there any advice, for example, that you can give to people who are feeling in a bad space? What should they do? How should they get around it? I'll start with you, Leilani. Would you like to start us off?
Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah. So I always say in all my interviews and wherever I even talk or write or anything about this is find healing, because you deserve a happy life. If you don't have money to go to counseling, go to these places like Purple Foundation, or just start speaking to somebody you trust. Get it off your chest, because you deserve happiness. That is all I have to say. It's very simple, but it makes a huge difference.
Right. Now, just talking about Go Purple Foundation, Annari, where's the best place for people to contact you if they want to make or get in touch with you? Is it an email address or a Facebook page? What's the best way for people to contact you?
Well, Scott, my cell phone number, but also Facebook. I try to get to all social media places. That's Messenger, WhatsApp, and then a comment maybe on Facebook. But we have a website, www.gopurple.co.za. So I think my number is everywhere out there. People can get a hold of me. But our WhatsApp is the best way to get in contact with me. The fastest way, if I can say it like that.
Okay, what's your WhatsApp then?
It's 082 92 44 340. 082 92 44 340.
Okay, let me just repeat that. It's 082 92 I can't even read my own writing here. 84340. I'll just say that
Yes,
again.
443.
Okay, so 082 92 92. Okay, start again. Sorry, guys, third time lucky. We'll get it. I'm going to blame Annari for this because her slow motion.
Scott, don't forget the +27 in front.
Okay, so let's start again. +27 829 244 340.
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
Okay, we got it right. I'm going to repeat it once more. +27 829 244 340. Okay, now
Perfect.
below this video in the description, I've got all the banking details for Go Purple. So please, guys, if you feel you can, please make a donation to this wonderful organization. You've heard first-hand testimonials from these three ladies about how special Annari is, and I'm going to now ask Anya. Anya, if you'd like to just make some closing comments about how people should cope and how they can cope and stuff like that. What's your advice to people?
Scott, the only advice I can give from my point of view is you have to accept what has happened to you. It's not always easy, but you have to do it. And you must be patient with yourself. I was raped that Saturday morning and I wanted to go to work on the Monday because I didn't want to see what has happened to me. And then the people at my work didn't want me to be there because of the state I was still in and all the bruises in my face and everything. Yeah. So they actually sent me home and I wanted to work because I refused to accept what has happened to me. So you have to be patient with yourself, give yourself time and allow yourself to heal. And there is no time limit. For some, it might take a few months, for others a year. And you just have to give yourself that time.
Right.
And allow yourself to feel. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to laugh, do it. But just go through all the emotions. Don't think what you're feeling is not right. Because I thought Leilani said, not everyone goes through it the same way. So allow yourself to feel everything and be patient with yourself.
Right, fantastic. Okay, now, Lindsay, over to you. Is there something you'd like to say to people?
So basically, they said everything that needs to be said. Just remember, it's not your fault. Whatever happened, it's not your fault. You are the most beautiful person that you can be, and it really takes time. It takes time to become yourself again. But if you stay focused and you stay and you pray and you speak to people, because it's important, you have to speak to people. You can't do this alone. Then you'll get through it.
Right.
Just have to hang.
Sorry, I'm just putting there's a bit of confusion about Annari's WhatsApp number, so I'm just going to repeat it. I think that it's my fault. I understand it to be, Annari, +27.
Yeah, I love that. I'm having so much fun here.
Okay. We've got about 4 different versions of the WhatsApp number on the side chat. I know it's my fault, guys. Okay, I'm my fault. But I think the correct one, Annari. Are you there, Annari? I thought you'd fallen off your chair.
No, I'm showing the people in the office, Leilani, and that big smile of her and all the ladies on the screen. So I was just showing them.
Okay.
Luckily, I didn't fall off the chair.
Let me just repeat that WhatsApp number for you. +278292443440.
Just like that.
Okay. Okay, guys. I'm going to, Marlene, I'm going to remove your I can't yet. Marlene, if you could remove your incorrect number up there just above mine, that'd be great. Yeah, so the one that I've got there, Go Purple WhatsApp, is the correct number for WhatsApp. And, of course, the bank account details Marlene has put in there. Thanks, sweetie. And only here, so there's only one zero at the end. Okay, now, I'm going to close off this live stream by going across to you, Annari, and asking you, what is your message to people watching this video now or later?
Well, Scott, all that I want to say is I hope that every lady that spoke out tonight who choose life is an inspiration to that woman who still believe it's her fault, it's her guilt, it's her shame, because it's not. It is not. And I pray that when we started today, the 16 days, or 67 days of grace and gratitude, that for the next 67 days, when we cross South Africa with the stories of hope, with the bracelets, with everything, that we will bring the light into these ladies and men and children's lives by declaring there is hope. Rape is never the end. If you live to tell your story, there's always hope. Because there are so many victims who lost their lives to a brutal attack. And we can declare as women in South Africa that we can overcome a brutal rape by choosing life. And that is our message. And we can take hands, and we can stand together, and we can stay strong. It doesn't matter what, we can do that. And like Anya said, I love that, and I always remember when she says that, allow yourself to feel. If the church woman or the church Tanny gets upset when you swear about what happened to you in that moment, you know what? It's the problem for the church woman or Tanny. It's not your problem. Allow yourself to feel, to be cross, to cry, and then sometimes be joyful, because that is where we go, to celebrate our lives at the end of the day, and that is our message.
Right. Well, I just want to close off with just a thought, and that is that, you know, there's one great truth in life. When you give, you get 10 times back in so many different ways, and you've seen that yourself, Annari. And the other truth, just like a yin and yang, when you face adversity, you grow as a person. So there's one great truth that everyone in this room, well, the 3 ladies who've been your guests tonight, have all grown as people as a result of the terrible experience they went through. And that is one of the strange, quirky things in life, because, you know, it's funny how there's a negative and then there's a positive that comes out of it. You've just got to find that positive. That's all there is to it.
Yes.
Right. Now,
and I think all of us chose life. For me, it's important that they are beautiful, Scott. Look at these ladies.
Oh, they're gorgeous. Absolutely.
They look like this. You know, I believe that they are more beautiful now than before they actually went through their ordeals, because I believe in my heart that going through darkness actually, when you are conceived, you are in a womb and it's dark in there. But when you are born, you come into the light, and you know what, you grow up and you are beautiful. And these ladies went through darkness, hell of a lot of darkness. And look at them today. They are beautiful. And let me tell you, Scott, they're not just beautiful now. I know Leilani is the one. I mean, I know it's only a year, Leilani, but it feels like 10 years already. So, that is a compliment to you, because you are in my heart with your yellow, and the yellow and the purple go so nicely together.
Do.
But with Anya and Lindsay, it's like, you know what, it's really just, they've grown so much, and I can just commend God on what he did through their pain. You know, what the enemy intended for evil, God is now using for his glory, and Satan is getting a huge hiding tonight, because people are getting hope from this, and I'm very much excited about this.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I totally agree. And I have to tell you that I feel a sense of peace in Anya, Leilani, and Lindsay. I mean, you can actually feel that peace that they've got within themselves, which is a wonderful thing. And Annari, you are a beautiful and wonderful person, and we all love you and appreciate what you're doing for people in South Africa. And of course, this channel supports you where and how it can. Just talking to people who watch this video now and watch it later, if you'd like to donate to Go Purple Foundation, their banking options are in the description below this video. Please feel free to put R1 million in there if you want. It's going to go to a very good place.
That's a lot. I'll take that. And we will let you know if the million is in, so thank you.
Well, I'm just putting it out there.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for you and Marlena and for this opportunity. And we're looking forward next week to meet Ina Bonet and Mandy van Tonder. Ina, everybody in South, well, I think everybody knows the story about Ina Bonet.
Yes.
The stuff that happened to her, and then also Mandy, a young Free State girl who was gang raped, left to die actually. And next week, hopefully, if God's will, we will see you again here on the channel, and we will be speaking to them, and we're looking forward to that as well.
You're always welcome, Annari. Always welcome. Right. Okay, I'm going to shut down the live stream in a minute, guys. And what I'll do, Annari, is I will send you the link to the video, so you can pass it on to the guests. And they can put it up on Facebook. They can put it up wherever they want, just to let people know what was talked about tonight, and they can have a good laugh at your slow motion antics in the
middle. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye, Leilani, Anya, Lindsay. Thank you so much for agreeing to come and share your wonderful stories of hope, not the hurt, but all of you are looking like beautiful flowers. And you know what? Tonight, the kingdom of darkness is getting a fat hiding. So praise God for that.
Absolutely.
You must have a good night and see you soon. I'm bringing your goodie bags and your beautiful photos and everything to you in the coming week. So be safe. Take care.
Bye.
Before you guys log out, I just want to thank the moderators in the side chat. Thank you guys for the wonderful job that you're doing, as always. Thank you, Marlena. You can see the fruits of all your hard work. This lady works so hard for this channel and for the people who are associated with it, and you can confirm that, Annari. And for everybody else who's participated in the side chat, thank you for joining us, and for everybody who's been watching the video, thank you for being here. And people who watch it later, I hope this gives you inspiration. It certainly has for me. And just in closing, thank you so much, ladies. I'm going to shut down the live stream now. And
thanks.
Please take care and be safe. With lots of love from Loving Life. Bye for now.
Bye.
Leilani, do that nice bye Scott one. Okay, I'll say that.
She's gone. Okay.